Hi, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Hey, this is EAJ Man from Autopsy Live and the Skype Pirates. When I want to make it look like I give a shit about sports, I tune into Sports World Radio with Jeff Escow.
Jeff
Doing bad time. Doing bad time. Got myself a problem.
from San Diego. It's Sports World Radio. You've never heard a sports show like this. Oh, no, you haven't.
Oh, blow me.
You got it.
Holy fucking shit.
What in the hell is your major malfunction?
Can't believe that goddamn son of a bitch did that fucking crap.
Don't give me any of your shit.
Right?
Yeah, that's right. Those are your hosts, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann. Remember, those who can't play sports, talk about it. These two tell it like it is. Tune into Sports World Radio for the fastest hour of sports of your life. So here they are, the douchebags of sports themselves, Jeff Escow and Sean Mann.
Hey, welcome everybody to Sports World Radio. Glad everybody could be here today. We got a jam-packed show for you guys today. And I'm telling you something right now, we got a jam-packed rest of the week. Just to let you know what's going on in today's show. Of course, sometime in the second hour or before the second hour today, we're shuffling things around. You know what? Let's get all the particulars out of the way, and then I'll tell you what's going on with the show. You're listening to Sports World Radio right here on SportsWorldRadio.com each and every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. on the East, 3 p.m. on the West, and if you live in the Central...
If you live in the Central where some bet will be paid up eventually, figure it out yourself.
Really? A bet's going to be paid up eventually, huh? Wow,
yes.
That's kind of cool.
And I know that has something to do with the producer man, Josh Lopez, and the big win, Frank.
Oh, so that should be kind of interesting. So we'll get to hear all about that when Frank comes on in. So, yes, that's right. We do this show, like I said, each and every Monday through Friday here on SportsWorldRadio.com. I am the host, Jeff Escow. If you want to get in touch with our show, there's several ways to do it. The best way is to come and hang out in our chat room over at Spreaker.com, Spreaker, Spreaker.com. If you don't have an account, get yourself an account. It's free. Sign up. Once you do that, just type in Sports World Radio in the search bar, and you'll see our show says live. Click it. Click it. And it'll show up at the bottom of your screen. Just click the freaking bubble to the right, and the chat room will open up, and you can start asking us questions that way. If you don't want to do that, head on over to Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio. Facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio, and like our Facebook page, and you can send us a message that way. Or you can send a message over to us at Twitter at Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio, Twitter.com/SportsWorldRadio, or send us an email at swrshow@gmail.com, swrshow@gmail.com. Those are the ways to get in touch with us here at Sports World Radio. Now listen, I want everybody to know that we're still running our contest for an intro. 60 seconds long, no curse words. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann must be in there. Send it to introcontest@sportsworldradio.com. 60 seconds long, no curse words. Put Jeff Escow and Sean Mann in there. Send it to introcontest@sportsworldradio.com. And if you haven't signed up for our sports shorts yet, then you are definitely missing out. I want you to head on over to... Oh, that's not the right page. I want you to head on over to, I believe it's SWR Sports Shorts /SWR Shorts. SWR Sports Shorts, SWRshorts.com /SWR Shorts. I believe that's what it is. Yes, it is. SWRsportshorts.com /SWR Shorts. I'll say it again. SWRsportshorts.com /SWR Shorts. Sign up today and listen to every single conversation that we have during the commercial breaks. And I'm telling you, they are doozies, especially yesterday's. During yesterday's commercials, I got a little crazy. So you're going to want to hear that. So head on over to SWRsportshorts.com /SWR Shorts. With all that being said, what do you say? Hey, we bring in that co-host of ours, Sean Mann, the update man. What's going on there, buddy?
I'm doing good, Jeff. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Sports World Radio, 8 minutes after the hour on the 18th of August, 2015. Weather right now is very hazy, smoky. It's, well, smoke up on the mountains. It's not that bad. Just really hot and hazy. It's like 82 degrees, 83 degrees out here in Hayden, Idaho, which is a suburb of Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. How are you, Jeff? And I know the AC is on, so I know it's hot in sunny San Diego.
Man. It's freaking hot. We're having a heat wave, a tropical heat wave.
Heat wave. We're having a heat wave. You bet. There we go.
Freaking
Welcome.
stinking hot, man. Okay? It's just freaking stinking hot, all right? That's it.
Yeah.
It's just freaking stinking hot, man. All right? That's all.
Yep.
Just freaking stinking hot. All right? That's all it is. It's just freaking stinking hot. Okay, so I mentioned to you guys at the beginning of the show, we got a busy rest of the week. First off, coming in at today, what's today's date? The 18th, right?
Yes, the 18th of
Yeah,
August.
there we go. Coming in today at the bottom of the second hour. We got Noah Coslov coming on the show to talk some NBA. Sirius XM NBA radio host and a really cool guy. So we got him coming in today at the bottom of the second hour. Now, starting tomorrow on Wednesday, we're moving all into football. Going to be nothing but talking to people about the NFL, and it's going to be kick-ass. Tomorrow, Wednesday, bottom of the first hour, 6:30 Eastern Time, Scott Allen coming on in. We're going to do some Redskins talk. Scott Allen coming in to talk about the Redskins. Okay? On Thursday, Wes, I hope you're listening, buddy. I did this for you. On Thursday, Jacob Klinger coming in from the Penn Live, writes for the Pittsburgh Steelers. We're going to be talking Steelers football on Thursday. And on Friday, my good friend Kevin, we did this for you. Arif Hassan, Minnesota beat writer. We're going to be talking Minnesota football. So this week, very packed with interviews. Redskins, Steelers, and Vikings. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, respectively. It's going to be a lot of fun. And next week, we got a lot of people coming in as well. I do believe we got somebody coming in. We're going to be talking about Detroit Lions football. I do believe we're going to be talking to Cowboys. We're going to be talking Cowboys, Dallas Cowboys football. And, little heads up, ex-NFL football player Tommy Harris coming in next week. So we're getting jam-packed here on Sports World Radio. But today's show, we have Noah Coslov coming in to talk to us some NBA basketball at the bottom of the second hour. All right, Sean, where do you want to go for the first topic of the day?
Well, Jeff, I don't want to try to talk too much about the NFL since we have a bunch of NFL writers, but I figured this is something I need to address with you. The report comes from New York today that Eli Manning seeks to become the NFL's highest-paid player with the new deal. Everybody knows that Eli Manning's contract is up after this year. So with the Giants and Eli Manning, a big decision comes. Do they give him the big contract, the big bucks, or do they just decide to say, Eli, it's been a great ride, it's time to let you walk?
They're not going to let him go.
No,
there's no way they're going to let him go. If they don't give him the big money, they're just going to franchise tag him. That's what they do.
Because I believe that Eli is going to retire as a Giant. He wants to stay as a New York Giant, but the issue will be coming big throughout the course of the season because everybody will want to know what's going to happen after this year gets over. Suppose, Eli gets this extension, Jeff, and then the big decision comes on what they do with Tom Coughlin, because Tom Coughlin has 1 year left on his current contract, which is this year. It expires.
Well, it all depends on what what happens with the team this year. I think that's what's going to happen with Coughlin. And it all depends on how Coughlin feels at the end of the year, whether he wants to continue or not. Because I think it's all up to Coughlin when he stops. I don't think the Giants are going to fire him. I think it's all up to Coughlin.
True.
You know, I don't think it's up to the Giants. I think it's up to Coughlin. I really do.
I think so too, and I think the big decision is what direction the Giants want to go, because you think about it, they had two very terrible 6-10 seasons the last 2 years, so the Giants know that they want to get back.
Well,
to the
this is the
postseason.
second year under Ben McAdoo's offense for Eli Manning. It should get better.
Yes.
It should get better. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. Okay? I'm going to give you an example of a new offensive coordinator going to a team, and that team's struggling its first year with the new offensive coordinator and the quarterback. I'm going to give you a great example. The Pittsburgh Steelers.
Uh-huh.
Ben Roethlisberger and Todd Haley didn't get along when Todd Haley first got there, did they?
No.
Now look at them. Right?
Yep.
They put the pieces around Todd Haley put the pieces around Roethlisberger for the offense that they're going to run in Pittsburgh. So it's the same thing in New York. New offensive coordinator last year.
Uh-huh.
Now they're putting the pieces around Eli for this new offense they're running. So Eli's second year under the new offense will know the offense a little bit better. Will know the terminology so much better. Will feel that much more comfortable in the new offense, which is only 2 years old. He's got his wide receivers. He's got his running back. He's got a better offensive line this year. They should be better this year than they were last year. And what I like about it is everybody is sleeping on the Giants. Nobody's saying that the Giants are going to do anything. Everybody is saying that they're going to do nothing. And I kind of like that. Because every time that people say the Giants aren't going to do anything, normally the Giants end up winning the Super Bowl. So keep saying it.
Yeah, just like with 2007, you got to remember they went 10-6 that year, and everybody went against them. Because the point is that what I'm getting at is that, okay, they go 10-6 that year. Every game they played on the road, nobody gave them a chance. They were supposed to lose against the Buccaneers. They went in there, beat them by 17. They shocked Dallas and upsetting them by 4 points.
Yeah, but
they went to the coldest place, which is Green Bay, and won that in overtime.
I get that. I get that. But this year, it's the second year for Beckham under the new offense. Victor Cruz's first year under the new offense. But I just see them being better this year, a lot better this year than they were last year. And let's hope their defense picks it up.
Right. Josh goes, I want to preference this by saying that I respect Eli. I don't think he's a great quarterback, but he does have 2 Super Bowls. But at the same time, that gets me irked, is that while, yeah, they have all these things about the offense, but what is this schmuck thinking about? Money? You haven't won a championship in 4 years, and you're griping about money?
Okay, I'm going to tell you something. Andrew Luck hasn't won a championship, and what did he get paid? Okay.
I can't remember.
Okay. Here's another name I'm going to throw out there. Okay?
What?
And you can't tell me that he deserves more money than Eli Manning. Phillip Rivers.
Yep.
You can't tell me that Phillip Rivers deserves more money than Eli Manning. No way in hell. He's got 2 Super Bowls and 2 MVPs. And Phillip Rivers don't.
True.
Okay? Phillip Rivers don't. And I'm going to tell you something right now. Eli Manning will end up getting more guaranteed money.
That's right. And Shaba even agrees with you. A good point on Phillip Rivers, though, Jeff.
Okay? Phillip Rivers don't have nothing. And another thing. You're going to tell me that Tony Romo's worth $100 million? Get the hell out of here. And Eli Manning's not? Bull. Bull.
Yep.
That don't fly with me. Eli Manning is worth a hell of a lot more than Tony Romo is. Eli Manning is worth a hell of a lot more than Phillip Rivers is. All right?
Well, they have the list right here. Several quarterbacks have agreed to new contracts this offseason, but none have surpassed the average annual value of Rodgers' contract. The Seahawks quarterback Russell Wilson, a couple weeks ago, he agreed to a $21.9 million contract with his new deal. The Steelers, Ben Roethlisberger, he averaged $21.85 million. And just yesterday, Phillip Rivers, of course, made the deal. And then, of course, Cam Newton are at $20.81 million. Actually, that's together for Phillip Rivers and Cam Newton, and $20.76 million, respectively.
How many Super Bowls does Aaron Rodgers have?
1.
How many Super Bowls does Eli have?
2.
I rest my goddamn case. Move on.
Manning, who also led the Giants, signed a 6-year.
I rest my case.
Yeah, we move on.
Everybody says that Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the freaking... He's got one goddamn Super Bowl. One! Rest my case.
Yeah, and I like what Josh adds. It's August, not January, so why the heck is he worrying about money? How making up for the joke?
Because they want to get the contract done before the season starts. Guess what, Josh? The season starts in 5 weeks. He wants to get the contract done before then. That's why they're talking money now, because it doesn't happen overnight. That's why they're doing it now.
Just to get everybody caught up on the next story at 19 minutes after the hour, we're going to try to make this quick, just for a couple seconds, on this Deflategate situation, just to let everybody know where things are at this moment. Talks between Tom Brady and the NFL were at a stalemate Tuesday as the sides met to settle the star quarterback's attempt to overturn that 4-game suspension, a source told ESPN's Adam Schefter. Brady, of course, made his appearance in New York with NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell to participate in the settlement talks and, according to multiple sources, initially had planned to attend a federal court hearing for the second straight week, which will be tomorrow. But, of course, nothing has come about it yet on a new arrangement on the settlement. So that's where I have to make it quick right now. So we'll hopefully maybe know tomorrow, because I know that both sides, I know Brady and Commissioner Goodell, the federal court judge, they want to get this settlement taken care of before hopefully September 4th, but we'll see.
Hey, Josh, what if Aaron Rodgers doesn't win any more Super Bowls and Eli wins 2 more? Who's the better quarterback? Okay? That's all I'm saying. Everybody praises freaking Aaron Rodgers to be the best quarterback in the NFL. Meanwhile, you still got Tom Brady there. Meanwhile, you still got freaking Peyton there. You got Eli there. You got Luck is there, which I happen to think is almost as good as Aaron Rodgers is. Okay, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is the best quarterback in the NFL. That's just my opinion.
Remember James Perzelli, from Fox Sports last month, put Aaron Rodgers at number 1, and then
everybody
there was another
does.
Story where they put Rodgers at number 1 too.
Everybody and their mother does. And I don't get it. I don't understand it at all.
Sure, he's won playoff games, Aaron Rodgers has, but I still think he isn't clutch. Sure, he's got 1 Super Bowl, give him props, but he hasn't done anything lately.
Okay, so if you want to go by stats, then Peyton Manning's the best quarterback in the NFL right now.
I disagree with that totally.
Well, if Josh doesn't want to go by Super Bowls because he thinks that's overrated, so let's go by stats. If you're going to go by stats, then Peyton Manning's the best. Aaron Rodgers loses again.
Aaron Rodgers loses, and I'm going to say Peyton Manning loses. You can disagree with me all you want, because let me tell you, they're fact. Peyton Manning cannot win big games in the postseason.
No, we're not talking about games. We're talking about stats, Sean.
I know.
Not games, stats. His stats are a hell of a lot better than Tom Brady's. Correct? Who's got the record? Who's got the record for most touchdown passes in a season?
Peyton Manning does.
End of freaking discussion. That's a stat. Correct?
Yeah, but he still isn't clutch.
Doesn't matter. I'm not talking clutch. I'm talking stats.
We move on to the next
I'm not
story
talking
here.
games. We're talking stats here. You want to talk games, then you got to go with Tom Brady. If you're talking stats, then you got to go with Peyton Manning. That's the difference. No freaking mention of Rodgers there at all, is there?
Josh says, I'm not a Rodgers fan. The point is, what has Eli done lately?
What has Rodgers done lately?
Nothing worth a hill of beans.
Exactly. So why does Rodgers get a pass and Eli doesn't? See what I'm saying? That's all I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
See what I mean there? When was
Yeah.
the last time Rodgers won a Super Bowl?
That was the 2010 Green Bay Packers.
So he hasn't won a Super Bowl in 5 years.
That's right.
In 5 years, he hasn't won a Super Bowl. So you can say the same thing about Rodgers that you're saying about Eli, Josh. What have you done for me lately? Not a goddamn thing.
We moved to the next story. In New York last night, in the Bronx, we moved to Major League Baseball. Look, Josh says this before we
I
get to
know,
baseball.
I see it.
Yeah,
I see
yeah.
it. I see
All
it.
right. After watching the video of the line drive that broke his nose Monday, the Yankees rookie starting pitcher Brian Mitchell feels fortunate. He goes, quote, wow, I'm lucky for sure, said Mitchell in front of his locker Tuesday with stitches across the bridge of his nose and darker than normal circles under his eyes. Quote, I'm fortunate to be where I am right now after a nasty hop took place after the ball hit the Yankee pitcher yesterday in the game between the Twins and the Yankees. I saw a video of it, and he got whacked really bad.
Really?
Yeah, that's baseball.
I didn't see
I've seen pitchers that have taken really bad hits. You got to be defensive and prepared because that baseball can really whack you big time.
I didn't see it.
Yeah, so the Yankees did pick up the W last night, 8-7, but it got to be pretty scary with what happened with Brian Mitchell last night.
Wow, I didn't see it.
So that's what's going on 25 minutes after the hour. So he's very lucky.
Yeah, I didn't see it at all. I missed it totally, and I was watching SportsCenter, and I didn't even see it.
The Philadelphia Phillies made news. Ruben Amaro Jr. says, he's the Philadelphia Phillies, I believe, general manager. He says that Chase Utley likely to remain with the Philadelphia Phillies. Yes, he said Tuesday in a radio interview that Chase Utley will likely remain with the team for the rest of the season. Utley, who has cleared waivers, must be acquired before the August 31st deadline to be eligible to play in the postseason. He has a full no-trade clause in his contract, and I have to ask you, Jeff, where do you think Chase Utley could possibly go? You know, they do say, Ruben Amaro says that the Phillies will keep him for the rest of the season, but you never know. He could get traded very shortly.
Probably will get traded very shortly. Probably go to a team that's playing well.
And there's 3 teams in line to possibly get him.
And they are?
The San Francisco Giants, the Chicago Cubs, and the Los Angeles Dodgers are among the teams reportedly showing interest in a trade for Chase Utley.
Correct. It'll be interesting.
It really will, because it's a debate where he wants to play. Of course, any player who's playing on a losing team doesn't like it, so they want to put him on a team that is a winning organization. I think the best team that might be better, I don't know if the Giants are maybe a serious contender for him, but they have expressed interest. The Dodgers and the Cubs are the 2 teams, in my opinion, that have the best shot to get him, because the Cubs are playing good ball. They want to continue to keep adding power to their lineup with what Joe Madden has brought there. And, of course, the Dodgers are really on a roll. And, of course, I know that the LA Dodgers know that if they have to play again the St. Louis Cardinals in that National League Divisional Series, or the NLCS, again, they want to make sure that they can beat the Cardinals, because I know the Dodgers are so tired of losing to St. Louis.
They are tired of losing to St. Louis, aren't they?
Yeah, and of course I remember it was you last year, Jeff, that picked the Cardinals to beat the Dodgers, and you were right on that after they beat them 3-1.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they were.
Another team that, of course, is battling it out in that National League wild card for a story is the Pittsburgh Pirates. Wes is, of course, very happy because they're 69-47.
And 2 games up on the Cubbies in the National League wild card. I'm looking at the standings right now. Only 2 games up.
I just went there. The Giants are not that far away, so Wes, better hope and pray again that the Pirates can try to play tough the next couple weeks before the season gets over, because here we are in late August.
Ain't going to happen. Ain't going to happen. They're going to go down. They're falling. They're falling apart. They're playing. Who are they playing this week? They're playing Arizona, right? Pittsburgh's
The Pirates
playing
are playing Arizona Diamondbacks.
And the Cubbies are playing Detroit. What the hell's up with that?
That's the thing that you and Josh do not like at all, which is the expansion of interleague
Look at
play.
this. Kansas City and Cincinnati, Cleveland and Boston's good. Toronto, Philadelphia, come on. The Mets and Baltimore, what the hell's going on here?
They're playing like former fall classics from years past.
This is ridiculous, man. Dodgers and Oakland. Yeah, that means anything.
Oh, they could say, well, the Blue Jays taking on the Phillies, rematch of the 93 Fall Classic.
Yeah, Dodgers are going to smoke Oakland.
Rematch of the 88 Fall Classic. So that's the thing that MLB tries to do. Oh, let's have former Fall Classic matchups. And I know Josh gets so sick of it.
I am getting sick of it. I can't stand it. I hate it. Interleague play stinks. It's stupid. It ruins the World Series. Because those two teams could have played each other during the season. It ruins the World Series.
Pretty much.
For me. Totally ruins the World Series for me. I can't stand it. I hate it. On that note, we're going to run to our first commercial break. You're listening to Jeff Eskow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
We'll be right back.
Storms move fast, so we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
Which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow new way to workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hi, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. All right, Sean, where we going next there, you rat bastard?
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. We get back to what we were talking a little bit before. You were talking about how disgusted you were a little bit about interleague play. Who knows how long with baseball, maybe possibly shortening the season to 154 games, how long interleague play could possibly go on for. It's a debate. If Rob Manfred says we'll go from 162 games to 154 games.
Get rid of it altogether. The only time National League and the American League should be playing against each other is in the World Series. That's it. That's the only time, for Jiminy Cricket's sakes.
I know it's a joke, and it's frustrating that we have to learn how to deal with and cope with this whole situation with MLB deciding to just pretty much expand the game. Josh says it makes me want to puke. I understand.
Yeah,
Josh,
I'm with you on that, buddy. It makes me want to puke, too. Blech.
This has been going on since the late 1990s for interleague play. And I remember a long time ago, like 12, maybe 13 years ago, they decided to play just 1 month of interleague play ball, which was the month of June. Now, like the last few years, they've been making it kind of a daily
season long.
thing.
It's the stupidest thing on earth.
Every week.
Yeah, come on, man. I don't need to see this crap. I only want to see it once a year. It's called the World Series. It's called the World Series for a reason. Okay?
Best team in the American League and best team in the National League.
It's ridiculous, man. Ridiculous.
Makes me disgusted.
Me too. I'm with you on that. I am with you on that.
Let's see. Maikel Franco could miss the rest of his rookie season with the Philadelphia Phillies after diagnosed with a non-displaced fracture in his left wrist, as the Phillies have just had nothing but a disastrous season. They played better in the second half. They have turned it around a little bit, even though they are not going to be making the playoffs. This is a Phillies team, of course, 46-72, trying to battle with the Marlins for the fourth place in the National League East Division. And, of course, everybody knew, Jeff, coming in. You and I even called it that the Phillies were expected to be really, really bad.
Of course. They stink. And there's no other way to say it.
It's been a long time since the Phillies were so good back there in the Charlie Manuel days. This is a Phillies team that hasn't even won a World Series since 2008. And, of course, they had a couple appearances. But I always felt like the point where the things went downhill for the Phillies was after they lost to the Cardinals in the National League Divisional Series. Double A always says to me, don't even mention that to me, Sean, because it gives me nightmares.
Look at Josh. Lots of baseball rants in October and November. Yeah, I know. We got a couple months to wait.
Yes, and of course, as I mentioned yesterday, MLB World Series starts October 27th.
The World Series starts October 27th?
That's right.
That sucks. 1, 2, off. 1, 2, 3, off. 1, 2. So it's going to go until at least October 4th or 5th, right?
The season, Major League Baseball season ends on October 4th.
When does the season end?
October 4th.
Okay, and so it's going to end November 5th or 6th, the World Series, right?
The Fall Classic, yes.
Fall Classic will end on November 4th or 5th, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's terrible. 3 weeks away from Thanksgiving, baseball season's ending. That's disgusting. That's disgusting.
Well, I don't think, Jeff, you want to be watching very much of the Fall Classic. I know, Josh, your feeling is anybody but the Cardinals. I'd be like the same way. Anybody but the Yankees in the World Series, and I'm fine with that.
If they play, do me a favor. Go look up the NFL schedule for November 1st.
I shall do that right now for you. Just a second.
Because if they're going to start the World Series on October 20, what did you say, October 27th?
Yeah, yep, October 27th.
They're going to play October 27th and 28th, right? 2 at home,
Right.
2 away, right? 2-2,
Mm-hmm.
1-1-1. Is that how they do it? Or is it 2-3-2?
I believe it's the 2-3-2 matchup.
Okay, so they're going to play the 27th and the 28th, be off on the 29th, play the 30th, the 31st, and November 1st, which is a Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yep, got November 1st schedule up.
Okay. Who's playing November 1st Sunday night?
November 1st,
The
Sunday
night game.
Yeah, okay, Sunday night game on NBC. It'll be Green Bay at Denver.
Okay. Baseball's going to have a hard day that day. That day. If they think they're getting ratings, they're freaking nuts. Why are they trying to compete with the NFL? This is their first mistake right there. Baseball should be over. Baseball should be over. Correct me if when does the football season start?
The football season begins September 10th. That's Pittsburgh at New England.
So baseball has to deal with football on Sundays, September 10th on. September 10th, October 10th, little over 2.5 months, the baseball has to deal with football. Watch the baseball ratings on Sundays go right down the toilet. During football
Especially
season.
November 1st.
I'm telling you something. Manfred, get out of the way of the football season. You should be almost done. Okay? You should be done in October. There's no way you should be going into November and dealing. Listen, it's bad enough you got to deal with the NFL in September and October. Okay? It's bad enough you got to deal with the NFL in September. You lose a lot of ratings on the third. You're going to lose a lot of ratings on the 13th, the 20th, the 27th, and October 4th. Tons of them. October 4th, October 11th, October 18th, October 25th, November 1st. Those are all going to be your worst ratings ever. You know why? Because everybody's watching football. Nobody cares about baseball then. Because it's not baseball season anymore.
Well, think about it like this, okay? MLB, okay, the World Series starts October 27th. Then they play Game 2, which would be the 28th. Then you have a travel day, which is, the 29th, and they play Game 3 and 4. Yeah.
Right. I know exactly. That's what I just said.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yeah, they got to have the travel days in there.
I know, but still, they're going to lose ratings on Sundays. I guarantee it.
You see, Frank, whenever you come in, that's exactly why, Frank, that stupid play-in game is an absolute joke.
Just lengthens everything. It just makes everything longer, and it gets the baseball season involved with the football season, and then the football season's ratings go down the hill because everybody don't care about it no more because football's over. Baseball ratings go down the toilet. Football ratings go through the roof. Nobody cares about baseball no more because football's on.
The time I would say that would be the best to get the World Series done would either be the 25th or the 26th of October, or even the 27th.
Get it done in October.
It's meant to be done in October. Always middle or late October. That's at least I remember the times growing up watching the Major League Baseball playoffs.
Ridiculous.
Josh goes, he's a super advocate for that, John.
Who is?
Is it Manfred you're talking about, Josh? 41 minutes after the hour.
And then why is he the freaking commissioner then? He's got to get that out of there. They got to do something about that because that's just stupid. And what's going to, somehow, some way, we got to find out what the ratings are on Sundays, not during football season, and then what the ratings are during football season, and watch it plummet.
The reason why, we all
He's
know
talking
about the travel
Frank.
day for October 29th. It's because then the American public knows that Thursday night football is what people will be watching on CBS and the NFL Network, and that 29th of October is going to be the New England Patriots hosting the Miami Dolphins.
Correct. So there's not going to be no baseball that night. They're going to be traveling. They're going to play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I can guarantee you they're going to probably play Friday, Saturday, and Sunday afternoon. They're going to start at 1 o'clock, get that game done so they don't have to deal with Sunday night. Watch.
I will.
I'm telling you, it's going to happen. I know it's going to happen.
And then, Jeff, if you had Rob Manfred, the MLB commissioner, on, you'd rip him about that. You ask him a big question saying, why do we have to have MLB postseason go on that long?
Don't you
and
realize
why do we
you're
have to have our
competing-
season go all the way to October 4th?
Don't you realize you're competing with the NFL? You should be getting out of their way. They're going to destroy you in the ratings. You got to get out of the way. The season's got to be done in October.
And the MLB season needs to end in late September. That's what they need to do.
That's what they've always done.
Yeah,
That's
it
the way
doesn't
it's
make
always
sense
been.
at all to always get done in early October for the MLB season.
No, it's always ended in September, and the whole month of October was the playoffs, right? In the World Series, right?
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
And then think of this too, gentlemen. Think about weather conditions. Okay, think about it before we get to our first update of the day about how if, like, let's say a game gets called off because they're dealing with rain or snow, that could also impact the entire postseason for MLB playoffs.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. And we've seen it happen before. Hey, we're going to run to our first update of the day. This update is brought to you by The Flipper. Head on over to flipperflipper.com and get your flipper today and never, ever touch your toilet seat ever again. It's The Flipper, and it's at flipperflipper.com. Take it away, Sean Mann, with the first update of the day.
All right, Jeff, thank you very much. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Sports World Radio, the fastest 2 hours of sports talk you'll ever hear on the Internet. August 18th, 2015, 43 minutes after the hour. In NFL, the news has been reported that Eli Manning says he wants to be the highest-paid NFL player. The New York Giants and Eli Manning are both trying to work on contract talks to make him the highest-paid player in the NFL. Of course, other players wanted to take maybe less money with other contract extensions. The Tom Brady Deflategate case continues to draw big appeal because there has been no settlement yet, and Brady and Commissioner Goodell in New York are expected to meet at a federal court to discuss this. The NFL, Commissioner Goodell, Tom Brady, and the NFLPA, they want to get this whole Deflategate situation resolved, hopefully before September 4th. Meanwhile, the NFL has finally been able to pump air into the footballs to make sure that no footballs will be deflated, because that's something that did not happen a long, long time ago. Other news to report in Major League Baseball, we've got games that are scheduled on this Tuesday night, the 18th. You got the Mets taking on the Orioles, Twins at the Yankees, Blue Jays at the Phillies, Diamondbacks at the Pirates, Indians at Red Sox, Royals at Reds. MLB Network will showcase the Tigers taking on the Cubs, Mariners at the Rangers, Marlins at the Brewers, Rays taking on the Astros, Giants at the Cardinals, Nationals at Rockies, White Sox at the Angels, Dodgers at the Athletics, and lastly, it'll be the Braves taking on the Padres. In the NBA, of course, the news to report is that the NBA schedule is out. Make sure to check your favorite team out and all the schedules for your favorite team. 82-game season starts October 27th, and I believe that's going to be the Cavaliers taking on the Bulls, a rematch of the second round. And, of course, the Pelicans will take on the defending NBA champion, Golden State Warriors. I'm Sean Mann for your first update. This update was brought to you by The Flipper. Go to flipperflipper.com and never, ever have to touch your toilet seat ever again. When we come back from this commercial break and the update, we'll have Josh Lopez coming in. And then at the top of the hour, Frank Sprankle. And then, of course, we've got the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour. Be right back after this commercial break.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howell stay at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think.
Synergistic integration.
Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hi, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Eskow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Joining us now, like he does each and every show, to do the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour and talk some sports with us is the producer and program director of this very show, Josh Lopez. What's up, buddy?
Hello, everybody. How's it going out there?
Good. How you doing, you hump?
I'm good.
Yeah?
Keeping busy, but
You still awake from this morning?
Yeah.
Oh, you lucky bastard.
Get some sleep tonight, you two.
Me and Josh were on a phone call at 5:30 a.m. my time. And then we ended up talking for almost 2 hours. Right?
Yeah.
We were watching freaking TV together. We were watching something on TV together. That was pretty crazy, huh?
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun, though, huh?
We saw even freaking a little bit of First Take. I see just real opinion.
Yeah, we watched a little. Yeah, Sean, Josh and I this morning watched a little First Take together. How about that? Well, Frank, I was up at 5:30. So I was up all night because normally I don't go to bed till 3:34 or 4:35 in the morning anyway. But we had an interview scheduled for 6 a.m. this morning, which got canceled at 4:30 this morning. So I made the decision to stay up anyway because I wanted to see Brock Lesnar on the Mike and Mike show this morning, and then he was on ESPN.
And he owned Dana White.
Yeah, so Josh called me at 5:30 this morning as planned to do the interview, and found out that the interview was rescheduled till next Tuesday. And I said, we might as well just stay on. Brock Lesnar's coming on in a half hour. We'll have some fun. So he stayed on. We stayed on. We watched the Brock Lesnar interview together. We talked about that. And then Brock went on ESPN. We watched Sports Center. We watched that together. And then First Take came on. And we watched First Take together for a little bit. And he got to hear me yell at my TV for a little while. Isn't that so, Josh?
No wonder Josh mentioned me on Facebook this morning.
And Josh was practicing his not Stephen A. Smith routine with me this morning. Had me cracking up. I was losing it this morning. Had me laughing up a storm. He was practicing his not Stephen A. Smith, man. It was freaking awesome.
Sean, did you see the picture I put up on Facebook this morning?
Yes, and you tagged me on that and mentioned it to me. That's pretty funny.
I put it in the chat room in case anybody wanted to see it.
What, that picture?
Yeah.
Is that the picture you have to have up there now?
Yeah.
What does that say? It's too small. I can't see it. What does it say on there, on Spreaker?
It's just a link to the picture.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
The link to make me be able to see the picture better, huh?
Yeah.
Look at Stephen A. sitting there sleeping. That was when he was talking.
I know. I commented on that.
Just shows you how impressive Skip Bayless really is. Even his debaters sleeping on him.
Saying I don't care about your stupid opinion.
Me, I was going off on these guys this morning. Going off. And then Josh with his not Stephen A. Smith freaking...
Laughing hard?
Oh, my God, dude. I thought I hurt myself. I was laughing so hard.
Another player busted in the NFL. Jerome Simpson has been hit with a 6-game suspension for violating the league's substance abuse policy.
Great.
49ers signed him this offseason despite knowing a penalty could be coming. So you got another player busted for the drug substance abuse policy.
Breaking news. This just in. Female Viagra has been approved by the FDA.
Whoa. What do you think of that, Josh?
No comment.
You got to get some to your freaking teacher, dude.
So again, Jeff, that's breaking news, and then of course this breaking news, another player busted. What do you got, gentlemen, make of that? It just continues to be that one player getting himself in trouble.
Add him to the list.
I will.
Maybe he was taking some female Viagra. I'm just saying. Since it just got approved, you never know.
You know, I wouldn't even be surprised by that.
Oh, good.
I love that. I love that.
That was my not then sell.
No, that sounded more like not Stephen A.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And also, Adrian Peterson was limited again in practice today because of the injury that he suffered on his thigh for a Minnesota Viking team.
Let's say I'm a Viking fan and I'm not. I'm just gonna say this. It's gonna be a rough year to be a Viking fan, and Adrian Peterson's not gonna be playing that.
Okay.
Viking fans are probably happy with the preseason, Josh. They've won a couple preseason games now.
I don't give a thing.
Okay, they asked Brock Lesnar on the Mike and Mike show how the Vikings were going to do this year. Josh, what did he say?
He says it's not going to be a good year.
He says, he goes, I hope they do something. I hope they do something. That's great.
The Vikings.
That's funny. That's funny.
Yeah. Love out.
Love out.
We were talking to Noah Coslov, who just retweeted me on Twitter right now.
What was that?
Noah Coslov retweeted me on Twitter right as we're talking.
Excellent.
Right now.
So he knows he's coming on, right?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Woo!
Good.
Yep. Love it.
Love
So
out.
I'll add him to the list, Josh, for NFL players getting busted. And then, the Viking fans thinking that this is the year the Vikings might win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's like saying Tony Romo's going to have 30 touchdowns this year.
According to Skippy, he would say that because
I can't wait for the bat shower. I'm just going to wait till Frank comes on because we got some business to handle.
And I know, Jeff, that you're probably still fed up with Skippy for getting his fact wrong about Tony Romo, that he wasn't starting on Thursday night's game.
Yeah, I know, and I'm still pissed off about that. I was kind of hoping he would apologize today, but he doesn't have the balls to do that.
Yeah. Did you get blocked on his Twitter?
I haven't checked since this morning. I did check this morning, and I'm still allowed to tweet him. So, and you want to know something? Stephen A. Smith said something on the show this morning.
Mm-hmm.
That Skip Bayless can beat anybody in a debate. Correct?
Yes.
Right? Yeah. I went ballistic.
This should have been a sports short.
I went freaking. I wish, you know what? I should have recorded the whole conversation that you and I had it and just stuck it in there as an extra sports short for him.
Yeah. Wait till Frank comes on.
Because Stephen A. Smith said, you're the best guy. You're nobody can stand a chance debating against you. What are you, freaking nuts? I'll take that bitch on any day of the week and twice on Sundays. And you want to know something? Hey, Skip Bayless is pissed off right now because Brock Lesnar was on the Mike and Mike show. Brock Lesnar was on SportsCenter, and Brock Lesnar was not on First Take. So suck it, Skip Bayless.
Skip doesn't get his way, so he gets all butthurt and he complains about it. Jeez.
Exactly.
What an idiot.
You wouldn't believe some of the stuff this schmuck said today.
Mr. Know-It-All.
And I found a bunch of retro quotes that, oh, God. I think your rant about Tony Romo is going to be exceeded today.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah. Hey, how about, we were watching, I already finished Raw when I called you, but we were watching the West Coast feed of Raw. And what was your thoughts on Paul Heyman singing and repeating himself? You remember that?
When he got down and started singing?
Yeah, well, when I called you and Lillian Garcia introduced everybody to Paul Heyman, and then he repeated his name again, then you got mad.
I was watching Raw last night, and Josh called me on the phone, and I said, "Oh, great, here comes that fat, bald-headed bastard." So he comes out, and the girl introduces him, "Ladies and gentlemen, Paul Heyman," and he grabs the mic and goes, "My name is Paul Heyman. And I said, no shit, the bitch just said that. Why do you feel the need to tell everybody that your name is Paul Heyman? She
Repetitive.
says it before you even grab the mic, jackass.
Repetitive, to say the least.
You know what I'm saying? Freaking ridiculous.
Indeed.
Ridiculous. I don't like it.
Me don't like it.
Me no likey. Me no likey. At all.
My name is Frankie Sprankle.
Frankie Spranky?
Frank says he's ready for Josh.
This is going to be interesting.
Why?
You'll find out after this break.
Because something happened over the weekend that was pretty big, Jeff.
Uh-oh. So what do you say?
59.
So I think maybe we should go to break then? Maybe we go to the top of the hour break then, and bring in the big fat bag of wind and have some fun, I guess, and find out what the heck's going on between you two, huh?
Freaky Frankie.
Huh? I guess that's what we're going to do, huh? We'll find out what's going on between Frankie Friday and Mr. Producer Boy. We'll be right back. You're listening to Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, and Josh Lopez on
Sports World Radio.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us, and really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too. Don't wait until it's too late.
Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Okay, hold on. You know something? If you haven't signed up for our sports shorts yet, then let me tell you something. You are missing the boat, because the argument that we just had on the commercial break is worth the $5 a month alone. Head on over to swrsportshorts.com/SWR Shorts and sign up today and listen to all the conversations we have during the commercial break. These 3 guys just went at each other. I didn't say a word. I just listened. It was freaking awesome.
You rotten welcher, you. 2 minutes after the hour. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. It was over the cup, and I went back and listened to the show there, Frank.
Over the cup? What cup? The Blackhawks won the Stanley Cup.
No!
The Crosstown Cup, the one they give out every year, you freaking hump.
I know they give it up, but why would they give
the bet.
The Cubs?
They split the series. They went the concept of that cup is obviously an idiot.
Hold it. You need to pay up your bet, young man. I went back and I listened to the show, and Josh got the thing right with the cup. So put that doggone White Sox stuff up and own up to the bet.
Look, as far as this bet goes, considering the Cubs took 2 out of 3, I only got 2 words for everybody. Like hell.
It was over the cup.
The
6 games was split 3-3, and the Sox retained the cup. That's the point of the bet.
Frank,
wait a minute. How could you give away
quit being such a welcher and pay up your bet.
Like I said, like hell I'm paying up my bet. If anything, Josh should be putting up White Sox. Cubs stuff on his.
You lost the bet.
You
welcher. You're my candidate for Rat Bastards of the Week if you don't get those White Sox bitches.
And I'll double
I'm
that.
not doing it.
You stinker, you. The point is you lost the bet. That was over the cup.
I won the bet. Josh should put up Cubs stuff.
It wasn't over the series, Frank. It was over the freaking cup.
Hold it. Frank, if I were you, I would suggest one thing. After the show gets over, you go back and you listen to the Thursday show of last week, and then you own up to the bet with Josh.
Sorry, I'm going to be watching the Tigers and Cubs. I'm watching the Tigers and Cubs, sorry.
Over an interleague game and you got a bet to pay up. That's ridiculous.
Let me tell you guys something. I think the idea of the Crosstown Cup is ridiculously stupid and moronic because...
you're only saying that because the Cubs lost the last 2 cups. Don't give me that crap.
By the way, did I tell you I was there 2 years ago when the Cubs did win it in 2013?
Yeah, the Sox retained it this week.
But that was 2013. You lost the bet to Josh. You own up the bet, you schmuck.
You guys are lucky I'm a nice guy, and you guys are lucky I'm a nice guy because if I weren't a nice guy, I'd be telling each one of you to go to hell.
Frank, you got to understand one thing. I have bet with this person, Josh. 5 bets that I have lost. And I have owned up to all of them. So, Frank, if I were you, I would own up to the bet before you become a welcher in this whole chat room thing.
Don't be like a typical Cub fan that makes excuses when you lose something.
I'm not making excuses. The Cubs
farm animals, people with
took the series 2 out of 3. If the White Sox had taken the series 2 out of 3, I would be putting up White Sox.
I said directly on that Thursday show, the winner of the series and whoever has the cup is the winner.
You said that winner of the series. Bingo, winner of the series, and it was the Cubs that won the series.
And the cup. There's a difference.
Dude, I got a good idea. Here's what I'll do. I'll put up White Sox stuff if you put up Cubs stuff.
Okay, you know what? Okay, this is okay. Okay.
No, go ahead, Jeff. Jeff was saying something.
Okay, it's my turn. Okay. When was this done on the show? What day was it?
It was Thursday of last week.
Thursday of last week. Okay, this is what I want to be done, and Josh can do it. Josh, go get last Thursday's show from Spreaker, send it to Frank, and let Frank listen to it. Frank will listen to it and realize that he is wrong right now, and then he will pay up the bet.
There, that settles this whole bet
August
situation.
August 13th, you rat bastard.
That's how it's going to happen.
The Cubs should have the cup. I don't know why the White Sox get
because the series was split.
If the series is split, then there should be no cup awarded.
Frank,
well, the Sox won the cup last year, so that means they retained the cup this year.
I don't think. Listen, there's only one way you can have an undisputed series, Chicago winner. You got to have one.
This sounds like Cubs fans in '69 blaming the damn Cats.
You know, that was actually Black Cat in Shea Stadium. Please don't mention that season to my dad. My dad actually enjoyed that season until September.
Well, I'm not talking to your dad. I'm talking to you freaking Indiana hump.
All right. Now go back and listen, Frank, because I'm a witness. I listened. Josh did say something about the cup. Josh
He said the series. Yeah, but he said the series.
Hey, Frank. Hey, Frank.
He said the series. I said the series. The Cubs won the series too. Listen, I'm not making you put up Cubs stuff.
I would never put Bill the Bear stuff on
my
Frank. Social media stuff.
Hey, Frank. Josh has posted the show in the chat room. Click the link and save it for later and go listen to it. Does anybody know about what time this bet was made?
This was happening, I think, when we were getting into during the bash hour.
During the bash hour. So you don't have to listen to the first hour. You can skip the first hour, go to the second hour, listen to the second hour until we start the bash hour, and then listen to it, Frank, and listen to yourself make the bet. And then you'll shut up and you'll say, okay, now I have to honor the bet.
Yeah, I did make the bet, and Josh should be the one honoring it because the Cubs took
because you're wrong. Frank, you're wrong. You said the cup. That's what you said.
I said the series.
No, you said the cup.
This cup is ridiculous because how could you give it to a ball club that won just one game in that series?
How about the fact that Sox beat the Cubs in Wrigley in June 2 times?
Then you know what you should have done? Josh, you should have made the bet with me in June. If you had made this bet with me in June, I would have gladly put up White Sox.
You would have declined. Don't give me that. You would have found a cheesy excuse, Frank, to get out of
No,
the bet.
I wouldn't. Dude, I live up to my bets. Remember, I put up the Oakland Raiders picture.
Hey, you know what? Just listen to the show, and if you continue to deny, you're the rat bastard of the week.
Hey, let me ask you this: Is it possible Let me ask you this question. We got a presidential election next year. Is it possible that I could beat the rat bastard party candidate for president of the United States?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah, go for it. Hey, let's
run with Skippy.
Sean, let's go. Sean, start it.
Ladies and gentlemen, Welcher Man and Josh. No, just kidding, Frank. Welcome to the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour. As I'm sure Skippy had some quotes today that were idiotic.
Skippy Bayless said he doesn't understand why Tim Tebow needs to prove himself to other teams.
Frank, what do you think of that? Tim Tebow had a pretty good game.
I thought he did, but he had a good game against what? The second or third string defense?
I can't judge a good game off of preseason.
That's my point, Josh. I agree with our gluey hump there. Look, he faced the second and third string defense. I want to see Tim Tebow go up against a first string defense.
He's going to get rocked.
He played well, but he didn't play against the first-string defense.
Jeff, your thoughts about Tim Tebow and Skippy praising him. Skippy's all happy about Tim Tebow, and it's preseason.
Skippy thought that Tony Romo played last Thursday against the Chargers, so I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. It's really hard for me to believe anything he says anymore.
Well, you're gonna love this one. Skippy Bayless said that Tony Romo is better quarterback than Phil Simms.
Phil Simms has a Super Bowl ring.
He has 2 of them.
Well, yeah, he does. He was injured for most of the 90s.
Okay,
let's let the Giant fan retort here.
Sure, whatever. The guy's won 2 playoff games in his freaking whole goddamn NFL career. Yeah, whatever you say, Skippy. Sure. Okay.
And don't forget, I caught Skippy on the Douche Canoe Awards.
Hey, you know what, Skippy? Tony Romo is a better quarterback than Phil Simms, just like he played in Thursday's game against the Chargers.
Josh, what are you saying?
Quite frankly, I think you don't have the qualifications to accidentally, quadrilaterally deny the fact that my co-host is better than you.
He's not. He's not. How do you say he's better than me when he makes a statement that even you know is false?
Whether it's false or not, it doesn't matter. It's preseason. So you're quadrilateral.
Quadrilaterally this, he made a statement that Tony Romo played good against the San Diego Chargers when he was on the sidelines the whole game. How does that make him a good broadcaster?
And Frank, how do you feel about that? About the fact that Romo, according to Skippy, started, but he was on the bench on Thursday of last week.
It's only preseason.
Frank.
Yeah.
Frank.
So, by the way, let me ask you this.
Frank.
Jeff, did you enjoy the preseason game on Thursday?
Frank. No. Tony Romo didn't play a freaking half of a second in that game Thursday. Not at all. So Skip Bayless turned around on his show and said, Tony Romo looked okay against the San Diego Chargers.
Doing what? Standing pretty on the bench?
He said Tony Romo played okay against the San Diego Chargers. How do you not know?
That's a misquote. Hey, that's wrong. That's inaccurate.
How do you not know that he didn't play? You don't do your own research? It took me a half of a second to look up and see if he played or not. A half a second, bitch!
All right, here we go. The first my of the day. Stevie Bayless said that my
Aftershock
begins. He says my St. Louis Cardinals are my Dallas Cowboys of baseball.
Criminy.
How could they be? Look, I don't recall the Cowboys having the best record in football the last few years.
Cowboys haven't been big since the 90s. I can't.
Let's not forget. Skip Bayless said the Cowboys are going to be undefeated this season.
Yeah, Jeff, what do you say about that? He still believes that Cowboys undefeated, perfect season, and a Super Bowl championship.
That's okay. He still believes that Tony Romo played on Thursday.
Yeah.
I'm going to throw this in his face the whole preseason.
Wait till this Escow debate happens there, Frank. You'll just throw that at him every time.
Not only am I going to throw that in his face, he happens to think that the Dallas Cowboys and the Philadelphia Eagles play in Week 17, which is a joke and a half. All you got to
remember that.
All you got to do is check the freaking schedule, which takes a half of a minute, and you know that they don't play in Week 17. Do your goddamn research before you open up your mouth.
Hey, Jeff, did you watch Big Brother, by the way?
Yes, of course. That's a stupid question.
No, but I don't know. Wait, all right, but how did you watch it? Did you watch a tape delay? What?
I watched it on the New York feed on my computer at 8:30 instead of 6 o'clock.
Oh, okay, all right.
But Frank, don't forget with what Skippy says. Cowboys have a perfect season and they win the whole thing.
Perfect season. Yeah, perfect season of not winning one game.
Well, hey, perfect season and they win the Super Bowl, then I guess we won't be doing Sports World Radio anymore.
That's right.
Break.
Yeah, let's run to the quarter-hour break. Listen to Jeff Escal, Sean Mann, Josh Lopez, and Welcher Boy. We'll be right back after this quick break.
What? Hey, guys, I guess.
So we use the best technology. That includes Bosch Icon wiper blades.
They're beam blades with memory tension springs and an aerodynamic design,
which means they fit the curve of the windshield. Bosch Icon wiper blades wiped our windshield clean and outlasted any other blade we've used. In my opinion, the Bosch Icon wiper blades are the best blades out there. Bosch Icon wiper blades, how storm chasers clear the way.
Did you know that just 30 minutes a day of physical activity can improve your health and decrease your risk of heart disease? For every hour of regular, vigorous exercise, you gain 2 hours of life expectancy. So start walking for yourself and for your heart. Start walking with your family. You'll feel better. Start walking in your community. You'll lead happier and healthier lives. Start walking. Start something. Join the movement today. For more information on the American Heart Association START program, visit startwalkingnow.org and start walking. Start something.
What kind of person gets to work in the sunshine instead of an office? This kind of person. I am the new way to work. I do have an office. I'm just not chained to it. It's a Regis office at one of the nicest addresses in the city. I don't have a lease, so I don't have to budget for stuff like phones, IT guys, and artwork for the lobby. Instead, I pay one low monthly rate that gives me a beautiful lobby that impresses my clients, a friendly receptionist, a fully furnished office, a place to meet, and a place to brainstorm with my fellow New Way to Workers. We wonder why more people don't realize that the new way to work is the best way to work. I come here because I want to, not because I have to. I am the new way to work, and I'd like you to join me.
Start now and get 1 month free. Call 1-800-OFFICES or visit regis.com/TV.
Hi, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escal, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. Now, don't forget, you want to hear what we're talking about during the commercial breaks? Head on over to swrsportshorts.com/SWR Shorts. That's swrsportshorts.com/SWR Shorts. And listen to all the conversations that we have during the commercial breaks. There's been some doozies today. I'm telling you, been some doozies today. We've been having a lot of fun. So head on over there and sign up. today. All right,
And don't forget to sign up for our NFL Pro Football Pick'em.
That's right.
We got the mock standing.
That's right.
Hey, Josh, mention the debate.
Well, hold on. If you want to sign up for our NFL Pro Football Pick'em League, send your email to swrshow@gmail.com, and in the subject line, just put in Pick'em Football, and I'll send you the invitation.
Sounds good.
And don't forget about our debate. If you want to sign our petitions to get Jeff Escal, the host of Sports World Radio, in a debate with Skip Bayless, like our Facebook page at facebook.com/SportsWorldRadio, and it's pinned right to the top, and you can sign our petition. You like that, right?
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to Skippy Bayless Bash Hour.
Skippy Bayless said that he said my New York Yankees better get their stuff together as September approaches.
Yeah. I hope they have an epic collapse because they suck.
Really?
Just because they win 2 out of 3 against the Blue Jays and they got lucky against the Twins isn't worth a hill of beans. They're still an old team, and Mark Teixeira got injured and might be on the DL. They're still a terrible team. Go ahead, Frank.
You know what? I just realized something about you, Sean. You should get a bumper sticker that said, my 2 favorite Major League Baseball teams are the Boston Red Sox and number 2, whoever's playing the New York Yankees.
I have a Yankee suck T-shirt in my room that I wear when the Red Sox.
Hey, you know you're giving Yankees you're giving the Yankees money by getting that T-shirt, right?
I love that T-shirt. It shows how much I dislike them. And didn't you?
Okay, let me tell you. Actually, let me go back to 2003. Let me go back to 2003 here. That was the first time since 1938 that the Yankees came to Wrigley Field to play the Cubs. I went to the last game, which was a Sunday night game. The Cubs won 8-7. Anyway, there was a Cub fan that wore a shirt that said, "Yuck the Fankies."
I wouldn't mind having one of those.
All right.
Seriously, I saw it. I saw it in person.
Quite frankly, I find your comments preposterous, Sean.
Well, Stephen A., you can go suck it. I don't give a flying crap what your excuse is.
Holy
Really? Are you telling him to join DX?
Wow.
I am telling him the truth, and I will drink with the wine on top of that.
You mean son of a bitch,
Quite frankly, I think you need to take down the alcoholism in your body and your coralism.
Quite frankly, Stephen A., you need to zip your lips before you get a pop in the mouth.
Holy
Why
freaking
don't you
Toledo.
Because I find your comments rather preposterous and blasphemous at the same time.
I think your comments totally preposterous. Yeah, right.
Huh.
All right, next one.
Hey, right. Today, but
hey,
I love that.
All right.
Skippy Bayless said that he agrees with Stephen A. Smith's assessment of the New York Knicks, and he thinks that Derek Fisher should be fired before the All-Star break.
That's addressed to you, Jeff.
Say that again?
He thinks he agrees with Stephen A.'s assessment that Derek Fisher should be fired.
Why? Because he's handing out books?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he's taking a page out of Phil Jackson. Should be fired. The guy's only been there 1 year. He hasn't really done nothing yet. Give him a chance.
Because Skippy and Stephen A. aren't very happy with the progress of the Knicks,
I
Jeff.
don't care what the hell they are.
Well,
relax.
What do you mean? I mean, do you really need books to help you win
Besides,
games?
you know something? They're not. Besides, Stephen A. Smith and Skip Bayless aren't fans. They're media, so they're not really fans. They're media.
Frank, what's your assessment on the Knicks?
The Knicks, work in progress. They're not going to make the playoffs next year.
Well, you think Derek Fisher's getting fired? That he should be fired now?
No.
That's sued?
No.
After 1 season.
Yeah, no, they're not going to do that. No, they're not going to do that.
After 1 season, yeah, he should get fired and never coach again. My goodness.
Yeah, I know.
Of course not.
Exactly. Dumbasses. Shows you how much they know about basketball.
Yep.
Which is nothing.
It is nothing. Skippy Bayless said that Albert Pujols should win the AL Comeback Player of the Year.
That's possible. That's debatable. What do you say,
Having a good
Frank?
season.
They're not
He's having
gonna-
he's having a pretty solid season. I may agree with Skip Bayless on that. I don't know if he's going to win it though.
They're not going to give it to freaking they're not going to give it to A-Royd, I'll tell you that.
No,
Of course not.
A-Royd doesn't
A-Fraud.
deserve it.
I call
Give
him
it to
A-Fraud.
somebody else.
I call him A-Fraud.
Is A-Fraud or A-Royd?
Dude, that guy's making $275 million. And I don't know, is he still dating Tori Wilson?
No.
I don't know.
So they're not an item anymore.
Who cares about
Tori Wilson?
Who cares about A-Roy? Get to the next Skippy quote.
That was good. That was good, Sean.
All right, we got 2 more Skippy quotes.
Let's get them done.
Any shocks?
Skippy Bayless says that The Undertaker is a coward and that he could beat Brock Lesnar with fists, not kicking somebody in the nuts.
Well, see? Well, you want to know something? He's jealous because The Undertaker didn't come on his show today. I mean, Brock Lesnar didn't come on his show today. He's jealous. Brock Lesnar spent the day at ESPN and didn't even go on his show. Shows you how much he thinks of you, Skippy.
Wouldn't it be something if The Undertaker gave Skip Bayless the last ride?
I like to see. Wow, looks like there's a fire in the neighborhood.
What's going on there?
I like to see Brock Lesnar give an F5 to Skippy. I really would.
What do you say about that, Josh? It's addressed towards you with Brock Lesnar.
He's an idiot. He doesn't know jack shit about wrestling. The last Skippy quote before me and Frank head off here. Skippy Bayless said that
save the torture for last. Oh, the shock is gone.
He said, my Dallas Cowboys will whoop my
New England
San
Patriots.
Francisco 49ers this Sunday.
It's preseason. Who cares?
Oh, Skippy, boy, you give me a headache. When you talk about the fact that the preseason isn't worth a hill of beans, are you thinking all these games count? Boy, you are dumb.
Does Vegas really put out a line for preseason
Who
games?
cares?
Of course not.
Hey, Skippy, when the season starts, isn't every team 0-0?
He would say yes.
Then who cares about the preseason?
According to Skippy, he believes everything should count, including preseason, and that it's his favorite time of year.
Preseason means nothing. I've seen teams go 0-4 in the preseason, then turn around and win the Super Bowl. Oh, yeah, I think the Giants did that. Preseason don't mean a hill of beans, you jackass. And on that note, that's the end of the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour. How about that, guys? You like that?
Well, I'm actually throwing a curveball. We'll be back with the Skippy Bayless Bash Hour after this interview.
Yeah, we got an interview coming up at the bottom of the hour, so we're going to let Josh go, and then we're going to let Frank go, and we're going to bring in Noah Coslov, Sirius XM NBA host, who's going to come on in, and we're going to talk some NBA basketball. So we're going to bring Josh back in at the end, and we're going to bring Frank back in at the end after the interview. But we're going to be talking some NBA basketball with Noah Coslov at the bottom of the hour. Sean, you got a topic for me?
Another story that we get to as we go into Major League Baseball. Wes, of course, is very fed up. The Diamondbacks are winning again, 2-0.
Yes, that's what I want to see. I want to see the Diamondbacks win. Beat them good. You know?
Beat them good because Pittsburgh knows that the Cubs are creeping up on them. The Giants aren't that far away either.
No, Giants are 4 games behind the Cubbies, correct?
Right.
So, with that being said, and the Cubbies and Giants are playing each other, correct?
The Cubs and the Giants will be playing each other. Take a look at the schedule.
Yeah, I think they're playing each other right now, right? Or today and tomorrow, correct? I'm not looking at it. I'm just going off the top of my head.
I will have to check the schedule and see what happens for Major League Baseball with that. Let's see. In the NBA, of course, no big news yet to report. Of course, I got a lot of stuff saved for the big interview. And other stuff to get to here. Okay, we talk about the NFL. The report is
Cubs are playing Detroit today.
Right.
Cubs are playing Detroit, not San Francisco. St. Louis and San Francisco are playing each other.
Okay, Frank says the Cubs and the Giants, they will meet next week.
Next week. Okay, that's what it is, next week.
That's a big series too, Frank, when you think about it. Knowing that both teams are fighting for their playoff lives. You got to remember, here we are in late August. We're coming to the point of the season when it's like, this is like crunch time. It's like you're getting right down to the final
couple of weeks to see who's going to win the division, who's going to get home field advantage, who's going to sneak in as a wild card, maybe be a surprise team. We know the Royals were last year.
Yeah, big surprise team. Right? Nobody expected the Cubs to do what they're doing.
No.
Nobody. Especially with first-year manager, Joe, right? Joe Madden. Nobody expected Joe Madden to pull all this out. Very impressive.
Well, Frank, I have to say this, too. The Cubs got the right man to have for manager with Joe Madden.
Oh, for sure. No doubt about it.
Because, Dusty Baker did a great job. He got them to the NLCS 12 years ago, even though that didn't end very well for you as a Cub fan and other Cub fans. And then Lou Piniella did a pretty good job of turning them around. Now you've got another veteran managers. That's like you're talking 3 great veteran managers who have had the experience and know how to turn teams around. Yep. Quite frankly, with the Cubs and the Giants, I think the pressure would probably have to be on the Giants a little bit. Even though they're defending World Series champions, they know that they don't beat the Cubs next week. You could probably kiss the San Francisco Giants' hopes of getting into the playoffs goodbye.
All right, we're going to run to our bottom of the hour break. No update now. We're going to do it on the next break. We'll run to our bottom of the hour break. On the other side of this break, we're going to have Noah Coslov from Sirius XM NBA host talking NBA basketball. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
Welcome to the Man Manual. Man comes with a multifunctional casing known as skin. It is remarkable. Warning, standard body wash can cause damage to man's skin. Maintain it properly with Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. It cleans man and protects skin from dryness. This will keep man's skin remarkable, even under extreme testing. Dove Men Plus Care Body Wash. Skin care built in. Also, freshen man's exterior with new Aqua Impact Body Wash.
Why does consultant Jerry Howells say at La Quinta?
Can you come back tomorrow?
Because only with La Quinta can Jerry instant hold the room tonight using just his phone number. And then power down for tomorrow on his pillow top bed. And when Jerry's refreshed, you know what he does?
We need ideas, people. Think. Synergistic integration. Genius.
He thinks outside the box.
I'm going for it. No.
La Quinta Inns and Suites take care of you so you can take care of business. Instant hold your next stay on your smartphone at LQ.com.
La Quinta.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
Hi, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, bringing you the fastest 2 hours of sports talk each and every Monday through Friday right here on SportsWorldRadio.com. 6 o'clock on the East, 3 o'clock on the West, and if you live in the Central,
figure that out for yourself.
Joining us right now, you like that, right, Noah?
Yeah, I do like that. Well said.
Joining us right now from Sirius XM NBA host Noah Coslov. How you doing, Noah? Thank you so much for spending some time here with us at Sports World Radio.
Yeah, Sean, thanks for having me.
All right. We really appreciate you doing some time here. First question we were talking during the commercial break. I was born and raised in New York. Knowing you're living in New York, I'm the big Knicks fan here at Sports World Radio. Give me some feedback on what's going on in New York with the New York Knicks and Phil Jackson.
Well, I think there's a big difference between what's going on with the Knicks and what's going on with Phil Jackson.
Really?
The Knicks, there's been when they took Porzingis, it was booze all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And they get Jaren Grant, they think, okay, well, Jeremy Grant can be a point guard, but we took Porzingis at 4. What are the Knicks doing? Carmelo's not happy. But then you start to talk to Porzingis, and which I did 2 weeks ago at the rookie photo shoot, and fans saw him at Summer League, and even he said, yeah, like I mean, I heard the boos. I get it. And then I was just in my head thinking, I'm just going to wait for fans to watch me play. And the fans loved seeing him in Summer League. I mean, it's a guy who actually shows that he cares about basketball. He's not just some tall kid who doesn't have skill. He's got a lot of skill, a lot of poise for a teenager. So Knicks fans are excited about Porzingis. I also think, though, that Knicks fans are realistic. And with Phil, he came in, and Phil right now isn't totally getting a pass or even a B grade for this offseason, because I think fans are still a little bit pissed off about last year, because Phil came in and said, this is a playoff team. This team was not a playoff team last year. I got laughed at on the radio when I said the over-under was 30.5 wins last year. And I said, it's the lock of the year that it's under, way under.
Mm-hmm.
And I got laughed at. This team, you just look at the roster, they just weren't good. This year, they're better, but they're not a playoff team, but they actually look like they have a plan and they're headed in the right direction. So I do think that fans look at the roster and think, yeah, it's a bit better, but I also think fans know that Phil's not going to be around for the length of his contract.
Will they have more wins than last year? Last year they only won 17 games. Will they have more wins?
Yeah, absolutely. They'll have more wins. But again, a lot of it has to do with Carmelo and how healthy Carmelo is.
Right.
I mean, if you do have a healthy Carmelo, it's a 30-win team.
You've seen Porzingis play in the Summer League, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. How does he look? Can he start and be a product and produce for this team?
Sure. I mean, look, I think Porzingis needs to play 20, 25 minutes a night, and Phil has said that he expects him to get around 20 minutes, because it won't do him any good to sit on the bench for that long period of time throughout the entire season. He needs to play, because you can't just stunt his development. He's got a lot of skill, guys, a lot of skill. He can put the ball on the floor a bit. He can be a weak side shot blocker. He's not going to overpower anybody, but at his height, he's a legit 7'3", and he's got the skills. He steps outside. He's got a great looking shot. He's smooth, and again, he's just a teenager. So I think you'll see flashes of brilliance, and then I also think you'll see the times this year where you think, all right, well, yeah, he's a teenager. We need to give him 2-3 years.
Right.
Noah, I have a question to ask, and that's on Tony Kukoc going back to the Bulls as advisor to president. What's your thoughts?
Look, I think it's just about trying to bring somebody back from the Bulls' heyday with the rest of that organization to try to continue to have those ties. I mean, Pippen's involved in the organization, but I also think he still does have his pulse on what goes on overseas to try to help out development there, and maybe, you never know, find a diamond in the rough. I don't think it would totally make any difference this year on wins and losses, but I do think it's a guy that other players can relate to. That you bring in another guy who has success in the league, has success overseas. Just about trying to tie those ends together.
Joining us right now on Sports World Radio, Noah Coslov, Sirius XM NBA host. Since we're talking about the Chicago Bulls, new head coach Fred Hoiing, how's he going to improve this team? And with Derrick Rose not playing in summer for the USA, that going to help them this year?
Look, I mean, it's Derrick Rose is probably the biggest question mark in the NBA every single year, I would say, because he just hasn't been healthy since he's won the MVP. And now Jimmy Butler said that he's a point guard. Jimmy Butler is a point guard. Well, Derrick Rose is this team's point guard. Those two don't get along. No matter what either one of them says, they don't get along. But they're both going to be there, and they're going to have to figure it out. And that's going to be Fred Hoiberg's biggest challenge. If they start winning, yeah, everything will be great between Rose and Butler. If not, it's not going to be pretty. The team they've got a lot of talent, but Derrick Rose will continue to be questioned until he shows that he can stay healthy for a full season. But also another big thing is Joakim Noah. Joakim Noah 2 years ago was a top 5 MVP candidate.
Mm-hmm.
Last year he regressed in a major way, but again, he wasn't healthy. And now he's getting into the contract year, and he could be depending on where they are at the trade deadline, he could be a possible trade candidate. I think Taj Gibson is a trade candidate also. At some point, if there's an injury early on, or if the Bulls figure out what they have and think that they can move him, and I thought maybe they'd possibly move him in the off season, and they did. And I do know that they got some bites on him. Look, the Bulls in the East, it's, as my buddy Jason McIntyre, the big lead, says, everybody in the East is a LeBron injury away from being a contender, and the Bulls are right there. But it's almost, I know we're going to have to play out the whole season, but this is the Cavs conference to lose. I'm going to feel bad for everybody else.
Noah, I have a question about the Denver Nuggets. What do you think of them this year? Can they improve? Are they going to be a better team, or are they just not even close yet?
I just don't think they have the talent on the roster to be that much better. But again, Mike Malone did it in Sacramento, and that Sacramento was one of the best stories in the league until DeMarcus Cousins got sick, and then then Malone was out, and that's now turned into one of the biggest, probably the biggest disaster in the entire league, the Sacramento Kings. They just don't have. I think they're a bottom 5 team in the NBA. They just don't have the talent. Emmanuel Mudiay, he's one of those guys that I'm most excited to watch this year, just because how often do you get a rookie point guard who's just handed the key? He's got Jameer Nelson behind him to help him out. And Mike Malone is a guy who will adjust his play to the talent that he has. He's not here's my system, I'm going to force you guys to run it type coach. So he's got some athleticism, got Gallo coming back. I like Yusuf Nurkic. There's talent there, but that West is so stacked. So, yeah, I mean, that's kind of like the Knicks. I could see maybe 28-30 wins.
Noah, here's one of our questions from one of our listeners. Which NBA player is coming into this season with the biggest chip on his shoulder?
NBA player coming into the season with the biggest chip on their shoulder? That's a great question. I mean, you could use a rookie in Jahlil Okafor, because there's a guy who thought he should have been the number 1 pick, and at the very least thought he should have been playing in LA instead of going to Philadelphia. Sometimes rookies do come in with big chips on their shoulders. Justice Winslow, I told him 2 weeks ago when I was talking to him at the rookie photo shoot at the Knicks practice facility on the show, I said I could actually see the chip on his shoulder. And a lot of the rookies have it, but a lot of the other guys got, you mentioned Derrick Rose before. I think Derrick Rose comes in with a ton to prove, maybe more so than anybody else in the league. So if you want to go with an actual player in the league, I'd say Derrick Rose, and I'd also put John Wall in that category.
Noah, which coach in the NBA is on the hot seat this season?
I think Steve Clifford would be the one on the hot seat. Last year there were, I thought, many more coaches coming into the season on the hot seat. I think Steve Clifford's on the hot seat. Frank Kaminsky, there's going to be a lot of pressure on him because the Hornets need offense desperately. And the Hornets made some moves in the offseason. They got Batum, Ed Kaminsky. They got rid of Joe Henderson. He's out in Portland now. Another year with Kemba. Michael Keith-Gilchrist comes back healthy. I think I would say it's Steve Clifford because the guys that were on the hot seat lost their jobs. Jacques Vaughn came in as a major candidate for that last year, and he lost his job. I'd say it's Steve Clifford because right now in the league, there are a lot of really good coaches and a lot of coaches in the league that so many are so high on around the NBA. So I would say it's Steve Clifford first and foremost.
If you're just joining us here on Sports World Radio, Noah Coslov from Sirius XM NBA host joining us here talking NBA. We have another question from another listener regarding the Knicks and Carmelo Anthony. Is Carmelo Anthony stuck with the Knicks for the rest of his career, or does he move on?
No, I don't think he's stuck at all. I mean, no one was going to take his contract in this offseason. I do think the Knicks would have listened, but coming off an injury and with that contract, no one's going to take it. I do think, depending on where the Knicks are and where other teams are around the league at the trade deadline, So you get this, you get the rest of this, and then you get next year. I think that is an option for the Knicks to trade Carmelo at the trade deadline. And look, I mean, where does the guy that age really fit into their plans?
Right.
And if he's not happy, if they're not playing well, and I can't imagine the team, being in playoff contention. They could be playing well for the Knicks, but not be in playoff contention. But Carmelo's not going to want to be around that. But I do give Carmelo a lot of credit for being a professional so far in the off season. Porzingis has said, yeah, he reached out to me. I don't know where those other reports came from. He reached out. I bet Carmelo at the time, right when it happened, I wouldn't refute those reports. Those guys know what they're talking about. When Carmelo said, "Who is this guy? And what are we doing?" Just a rash decision. But he's been working out with these guys, or he's doing everything that it takes to be a good leader. But then you never know once the game starts. But I do think that his future could be elsewhere.
No. Can the Knicks or Phil Jackson next year is another big salary bump? Can they get anybody to come to that team and play for them?
And the biggest name out there that could be a possibility, I would say, would be Al Horford. But you need to show that everybody's going to have money. So it's almost like everybody's on an even playing field. It's not like, that's why, I grew up in Philadelphia, and that's why I was wondering why the Sixers are just saving all this money, because now they're going to be in a position where everybody has money. You need to put yourself in a position to have the money, but also have a product that can prove that they can win. And the Bucks had the money, and Greg Monroe went there because he thought he had a chance to be on a better team than he was in Detroit. Whoever thought we'd be saying that?
Right.
So yeah, I mean, the Knicks are going to have a chance to get these guys, but just as much as anybody else would, and maybe even actually less of a chance, because who wants to go to the 30-win team when someone else can offer you the same amount of money and they just won 50 games?
Right.
Noah, I'm a huge Boston Celtics fan. What's your thoughts on the Celtics this season?
The Celtics have a coach that everybody in the league wants to play for. No coach in the league gets talked. Even Greg Popovich. No coach around the league from players gets talked about more than Brad Stevens. These guys, the reputation spread in a hurry. Players watch games. They love Brad Stevens' demeanor. They love what he runs out of timeouts. It's incredibly impressive what Brad Stevens has already done in Boston. They've got that backload of guys in the backcourt, and in the front court, I just don't see the scoring there. And Kevin Love would have been such a beautiful piece to that team if he'd gone there instead of Cleveland 2 years ago. Would have been such a beautiful part to that team. I'm not really a big Jared Sullinger fan. So the roster construction, I still thought they had a big move in them too, and maybe Danny Ainge still has something up his sleeve because they've got all those Brooklyn swaps. So you never know what Danny Ainge could try to pull off. But I don't think the team's going to be. I think they're kind of on the same level as the Knicks this year, just with a much better coach.
Okay, one final question before we let you go. You mentioned that Cleveland's going to be the team coming out of the East, correct?
Yeah, I hate to make predictions at this time of year, but and this is I never say assuming everybody's healthy, because
right.
If you don't assume everybody's healthy, then you could spend all day talking about possible injuries. So yeah, Cleveland has far and away the most talent in the East.
Okay, who do you think is going to be coming out of the West?
OKC has, I think, you want to talk about chips on the shoulder. I should have mentioned Durant and Westbrook also. That would have been a good idea to say that a few minutes ago when you asked me that. So Durant and Westbrook, I put in that chip on the shoulder category. Oklahoma City has all sorts of talent and so much to prove. I think they'd be in the Western Conference Finals against as of right now, I'd say Golden State, because I think that entire team feels like they're getting overlooked, and they just went to the finals. So why couldn't Golden State get back there? But I would put OKC right now.
Wow. Okay. And before we let you go, why don't you let our fans know where they can follow you and listen to you out there in the world?
Sure. On Twitter at Noah Coslov, that's LOV. And then our show just got moved. We were doing 7 to 10 a.m. all year, but they're not going to do that show on the radio anymore in the off season. So we're 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern time, Saturday and Sunday throughout the rest of the off season, and then on the weekend, back when the season starts, it'll be 7 to 10 a.m. Eastern time, and that's Sirius 207 XM86.
Great. Hey, I hope we can get you to come back during the NBA season and talk some more basketball with us.
You name the time, fellas. I look forward to it.
Great. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it, and we had a lot of fun.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Noah.
so did I. Appreciate it. Thanks.
All right. There goes Noah Coslov, Sirius XM NBA host. We're going to run to our final commercial break of the day. You're listening to Jeff Escow and Sean Mann on
Sports World Radio.
I had PTSD. Once I was back from Iraq, I was distant from everybody in my family.
We had a reunion of our unit, and you'd hear these spouses say, "Is your husband doing that? My husband's doing that too. I thought it was just us." And really understanding that, hey, this is a common experience.
I learned more to listen to what he was saying, and that made it easier for me to understand where his pain was coming from.
Warriors should know that resources are available. Learn more at realwarriors.net.
Every parent wants the safest and healthiest products for their family. That's why I created The Honest Company. I was just a concerned mom with a crazy dream. A wish that there was a company that I could rely on that did all of the hard work for me. I'm Jessica Alba, and The Honest Company was my dream.
LegalZoom has helped 1 million businesses successfully get started, including Jessica's. Launch your dream at LegalZoom today. Call us. We're here to help.
Confusion ever someone or have sudden you trouble had speaking, understanding?
Understanding trouble? Have you sudden have or speaking someone ever confusion?
Have you ever had sudden confusion, trouble speaking, or understanding someone?
It could be one of the 5 signs of stroke.
Sudden weakness or numbness of the face, arm, or leg.
Sudden trouble with vision in one or both eyes.
Suddenly having trouble walking or difficulty with balance.
Or a sudden intense headache that comes out of nowhere.
If you or someone you know has any of these symptoms, don't wait. Call 911 immediately. You could make a difference in someone's life, someone you love, maybe even your own.
It's late until, wait, don't too.
Don't wait until it's too late. Time lost is brain lost.
Find out more at powertoendstroke.org. Brought to you by the American Heart Association, American Stroke Association, and the Ad Council.
Hi, this is Sky, and when I want to know what's going on in the wide world of sports, I tune to Sports World Radio.
Welcome back to Sports World Radio. Frank, you are such a freaking welcher.
Unbelievable. What's a welcher?
Jeff Escow, Sean Mann, Frank Sprankle, Josh Lopez back here with you. We just finished talking to Noah Coslov of Sirius XM NBA host, talking NBA with Noah Coslov. How'd you like that interview, boys?
I liked it. And you know what the best part is?
You didn't watch?
I know I have a Chevy Equinox that has XM Sirius, so I can listen to Noah anywhere I go in my car.
Well, then there you go. Start listening to him, and Noah said he'll be back during the NBA season, so there you go. Okay, so listen, I'm going to say it again. If you haven't signed up for our sports shorts, please head on over to swrsportshorts.com/SWR shorts and sign up today and listen to the conversations that me and the guys are having during the commercial breaks because they are doozies today. We got the restaurant in the background, so we're loving that. I feel at home. What's the last topic of the day, boys?
All right, the last... Oh, I thought somebody needed to say something. Okay, the last story we get to of the day comes from Major League Baseball. Frank, I wanted to talk with you about this. The Yankees went into the weekend series up in Toronto, Ontario, and took 2 out of 3. Are you shocked by that? Because you did say that you had a belief that the Blue Jays were going to sweep the Yankees and kind of put them to bed.
I had a feeling that it was the Blue Jays series to win, but hey, it's baseball. Anything can happen. I'll say this. As far as the Yankees go, that series was obviously huge because it has kept their division hopes alive. I know, Sean, you haven't been rooting for the Yankees, obviously. No. They're in first place. But it still keeps them in the race. But look, the Yankees don't have this Division I, people. They're a game in front. There's still a lot of baseball left. It's possible the Yankees could even be on the outside looking in.
Frank,
from one bone to pick to another.
It's about the stinking bet.
Is this? Why are we playing World Series games into early November?
That's not my fault. That's
Close it, done.
You're the one who's in favor of a stinking play-in game that shouldn't be worth that hill of beans.
Excuse me. When did the World Series end last year?
I want the actual date. October.
But it didn't start late October. It didn't end in November.
November, for cripe's sake. What are we playing in early November for?
It ended. Oh my goodness.
Hey, this is the crap. Hey, this is the crap we're gonna deal with Vulture Boy during NFL Real Talk, where he's gonna be like, "Oh, I want to see the World Series on a Saturday during November."
Then get off the damn line.
The World Series ended October 29th, silly.
I'm talking about this year, you hump. Listen.
Yeah, take the crap out of your ears, man. This World Series is going to end in November this year, November 5th.
Frank, that's why the play-in game isn't worth a hill of beans. We don't.
You know what,
need
Ed, I got a solution. Let's cut the Major League season from 162 to 154. Get rid of early play-in there. You have your answer.
I got an easier suggestion. Start the season sooner.
Yeah, no. We want to get the season done in late September. We can't afford to keep going to have playoffs all the way to November.
You know what's amazing about the World Series? I am looking at the schedule now. If there isn't indeed a Game 7, it would be played in the American League ballpark on November 4th. Think about this. That is actually 22 days before Thanksgiving.
It's stupid. It's ridiculous.
I agree. You know what? I do agree, but the play-in game, I like the play-in game.
Frank,
the thing is, Major League Baseball does a poor job scheduling things. Yeah, the play-in game's here to stay. The Red Sox were one of the two teams you'd love it to.
Look, the play-in game is this. Okay, October 5th, the teams that are in the play-in game get the day off. Okay, have fun, have your day off. Then they've got to play October 6th. Then they've got to play October 7th. Then we got to go into the divisional series. Cripes almighty, that's too much.
You know what? I guess Jeff and I, Jeff, you two, certainly Josh doesn't remember it. Maybe you do, Sean. You know what? I say, why don't we go back to an East-West division and make it just the League Championship Series and the World Series? Jeff,
Thank you. Let's go back to the way.
Let's eliminate interleague play as well.
Thank you.
Well, since the MLB is so obsessed with a playing game, why don't they just have the playoff format like the NFL and actually have a wild card round?
A wild card round?
That's what the play-in game is.
That's the wild card round. Technically, that is a playoff game. It's
not because not one of the teams in the other division automatically advances to the next round where they're waiting for the next opponent.
A one-game playoff makes more sense than playing a stinking one-game play-in game that shouldn't be put there in the first place.
There should be no playing games. Make them divisions, take the 4 freaking teams, and let's go play baseball.
Yeah.
Tired of this crap already. Tired of this crap already. It's ridiculous.
You know what? I'll tell you what. Before my time, the only playoffs you used to have was the World Series.
Yes, that's technically
true. 1969 was the first year you had divisional play.
Let's go back to the way it used to be. Just take the 4 teams and let's go. 4 teams from the East, 4 teams from the West. Let those 3 teams play each other and let's go.
Here's what bothers me. I got to tell you this, Jeff. Here's what bothers me about Major League Baseball when you make the playoffs. I do not agree with champagne celebrations unless you win the World Series.
Correct. Me too. That's the only time you should be doing it.
That's a bunch of bull. So wait, you get to play. You've already clinched a wild card spot. You get to play in one game in which if you lose it, you're done, and you get to celebrate with champagne.
No, it shouldn't be. They shouldn't be celebrating at all. You're not in the playoffs. That playing game is a playing game. Don't mean you made the playoffs.
Yes, that's ridiculous.
Oh, gosh.
Major League Baseball does not need champagne or beer until you win the World Series.
Correct.
You know what I would do if I were a Major League ball player? I would want no part in any of the celebrations unless it's the World Series.
I agree.
Wow.
I would ban champagne and beer.
That's the only time you should drink is when you win the whole thing. In any sport.
I agree. I concur 100%.
In any sport. That's the only time you should do it.
That's ridiculous how Major League Baseball has it. Oh, it's mid-September. And it'll probably be the St. Louis Cardinals, and they'll be dosing champagne like idiots.
Here's the problem I have. Why the hell do we sell interleague games in September and August?
I don't know.
They like to have former Fall Classic matchups there, Josh.
Do we need the Cubs and Royals in September during the playoff race?
No, they should be playing their particular teams in their division for the playoff race.
I got a good idea. How about we add 2 more teams, make it 32 major league teams, and take away interleague play?
Why do you have to add 2 teams to take away interleague play?
Because
just take it away.
Okay, but here's the thing: if you have 15 teams in each division, that's in each league. 15 teams in each league. That's an odd number. Then you would have to have interleague play.
Just take it away, and just take it all away. You don't need any interleague play. It stinks. Take it away.
But you have to add even number. You have to add 2 more teams. There's got to be an even number of teams for there not to be interleague play.
Well, hopefully they'll figure it out. On that note, we're getting the flock out of here. I want to thank everybody for hanging out with us today. We had a lot of fun. I hope you did too. We got a big show tomorrow. Just a little heads up. We got Scott Allen coming in to talk about the Washington Redskins at the bottom of the first hour. And in the second hour, we have Kyle Kelly coming in to talk about the Cleveland Browns. It's all football for the rest of the week. We're going to have a lot of fun, so get ready for some football talk for the rest of the week. This has been Sports World Radio. Hope you guys had a lot of fun. We did too. I am the host, Jeff Escott. Remember, you only have one life to live. Live it long, live it strong, and live it proud. And please don't forget, life may suck, but the alternative is unacceptable.
Amen.
Peace out, everybody. For Sean Mann, Josh Lopez, Frank Sprankle, Noah Coslov, I'm Jeff Escott. This has been Sports World Radio.
Bye, and have a great evening.
Shut up, Skip.
Hey, boy, Stimpy. We sure had fun today, kid. So long, kids. Come on, Stimpy, say goodbye.
Where are we going?
The show's over. See you next time.
Next time? When's that?
Pretty soon. Don't worry.
Pretty soon? How long is that?
In a little while, man.
Goodbye, folks. Goodbye, folks.